YouTube, what's going on? Your boy Eisenairs Tactical. Back with a quick video. Before I get started, I want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. Everything's looking good. I just want to let YouTube know I'm in a safe control environment. There's nobody really around. You will see some firearms. However, they will be unloaded. And if I do load it, it won't be any ammo discharged or something like that. It'll be all controlled. Yeah, man. So this video is basically like, why is the AR-15 one of the? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get into the best and anything else sucks, but why is it one of the most popular and the people's choice for a rifle? So I just thought maybe we should if someone's new to guns again, and they always hearing about AR-15 and why is it so popular? Why does everybody want one? What was the mindset behind the engineering of the AR-15 and things of that nature? So I'm just going to get right into it, man. Off top, make it simple for someone who's watching this and don't use a whole bunch of fancy words and stuff like that. The bottom line is this: the 5.56 round, 5.56 NATO is a military round, very efficient round. It's not a very heavy round comparison to the 308 round. So and you can use it in different barrel lengths and get really great ballistics out of it. So that's part of it right there. I mean, it's a lesser round than the 308, but it's not quite the 300 blackout. So it's a really nice in between round. Very efficient, like I said. You don't get a lot of recoil out of the 5.56, and it's a proven round too. So that's part of the concept why it makes it so special is the ballistics, and the ammunition is not really going to break the bank. And like I said, you get several varieties of 5.56. You can get you have your standard brass FMJs, the green tip, max penetration. The black is max penetration. This is like armor piercing, so to speak. So you have those three different types of 5.56. And they come in several different grains: 54, 55 grain, stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool round, and like I said, you can put the tips. They actually got some that are you got the nylon tip, and it's hollow underneath it. So it could be a home defense round too. So that's what's great about the 5.56 is that right there. The ammunition is very light, so if you got to transport it, you're not carrying a lot of weight around with you. So it's not like you can't pack out, do a loadout with a bunch of 5.56 versus if you had some 308, that's kind of heavy. So that's a big difference. And so that's what makes it five. That's part of it is the versatility of the round is part of what makes the AR-15 so awesome. Because when you compare that round to a standard 308 cartridge, which is 7.62 by 339, I mean, look at that. I mean, that's a big difference from a 308. So yeah, you will get better velocity downrange, further distances, huge impact on. You're gonna get a huge impact. And then when you compare it to now that's a 300 blackout right there. So you can see the difference between the three of those calibers. So that 300 blackout is a little bigger, chunkier than a 5.56, but not quite a 308. And that's what makes 300 blackout awesome too. But it's about the 5.56. So I just want to let you guys see the ammunition and see the difference. Somebody's watching was like, man, what's the difference? What's the big deal? Yeah, it's a big deal when you're talking about 308 and 7.62 by 39 versus 5.56. But again, the versatility of the 5.56 is what makes it so special. You're not buying it because you want to, knock down a deer or something like that. That's not, you would probably go with a 308. Honestly, some areas don't even allow you to hunt with 5.56. So that's something you have to think about too. Now let's get into some other aspects of the AR-15. What makes it so awesome and popular, and kind of like the people's choice rifle. I keep saying that word, the people's choice, because it is the people's choice. At least in America, it's the people's choice rifle. A lot of Americans do have AR-15s. Very, very popular. Not to mention other rifles that most Americans have. Probably the second most popular rifle that most Americans have is probably going to be a shotgun, then probably a 22 LR rifle or something like that. And then you will see a bunch of people with AKs and stuff like that. But yeah, 5.56 is easily the most popular rifle platform in America. Um, so let's get into some things that make it so popular. Well, as you can see, you not a lot of moving parts. I mean, you got 16-inch barrel. You got adjustable stock, sights, charging handle. It is unloaded, and you can just like basically, it's kind of like a Glock pistol. You can upgrade so many different parts on this thing and make it how you want it. And that's the other special part about the AR-15. And another thing that people like about the AR-15 is mag support. If you want magazines, you don't have to worry about it. You in the free world, you can have 30 round. This is from Freedom Week, 30 round Magpul mags. These are 30 rounds, so you can have 30. And if you're in a restricted state, you can have, they got 10 rounds, and they're both the same size. If you're new to this, they're the same size. They just change the springs inside, so it doesn't hold as many rounds. So this is a 30 rounder, and this is a 10 rounder, but they look exactly the same. So it doesn't look any difference. So that's the 10 round, and see here, where's my mag release? And here's a 30 round. So it doesn't look any different. So if you're in a restricted state, don't worry about the aesthetics. And if you're in a restricted state, also you can get these cross mags. You can get these cross mags, California or restricted state compliant. They tear apart. They just don't feed through, and they're the same size as a free world 30 round mag, as you can see. So they're the same size. So don't have to worry. You got these little 10 rounders, and these are good for if you're just shooting target, whatever. Even if you're in the free world, these are kind of fun to have for your kid if you're training or somebody who's new to AR-15s. So that's the other good part about the 5.56 is that people love the magazine support of the 5.56, and they're not expensive. So the mags are not expensive. And like I said, and then also another great thing about the AR-15, it's easy to break down. So you can just push these two pins, 1, 2, pull those pins off, and you have already completely separated the upper from the lower. Take my sling off right here. So that's the other great part that people like about the AR-15, how easy, it's very modular. So if you got to work on it again, just comparing it to Glock, not a lot of moving parts. This is basically the lower right here. This would be considered the lower. This is your pretty much your registered part. If you're in a restricted state, this is the part that you got to get from your FFL, and then all the rest of these parts can be shipped to all 50 states. So that's what's great about the AR platform. It's 90% of it can be shipped to any state in America. It's just the lower has to be in your state from your FFL. Now, the other great part that people like about the AR-15, so you see this a 16-inch barrel, but you can also get other length barrels. You can get a 10.5-inch barrel. Okay, this is a 10.5-inch barrel with a 1/8 twist from Delta Team Tactical. So you got a 16-inch barrel, and you have a 10.5-inch barrel with the U.S. military trains with a 10.5-inch barrel, Army at least. And then you have your they call them you're here. If you're new to AR platforms, you hear people say shorties or AR pistols, and that's anything under 16 inches. So this is a and a half inch, 1 1/8 or yeah 1/8 twist, or is it 1/7? I think it's 1/8, 1/7, and this is by Palmetto State Armory. And so that's the part that people like about it, is that you could get different barrel lengths, and you can just basically you can just have one lower, because all those will fit on this one lower. Now you need to understand the law though. So if you have a stock, this is a stock, and this is a lower, this is a brace. So if you put this on this stock, this actual stock, if you put this on anything lower than a 16-inch barrel, which is this barrel right here, you'll be in violation, because that'll be considered a short barrel rifle. Okay. Now, if you had this lower and you put it on a AR upper or barrel that's lower than 16 inches, you're in compliance in a free world. Whereas if you was in a restricted state, you would have to take this and register it as a short barrel rifle, and you wouldn't have to have a brace. You can actually put stock on it, because if you register it, you can put a stock on it, make it a short barrel rifle. Okay, so a little tricky. You just got to remember that it's really easy. Basically, under 16 inches is considered a short barrel rifle. 16 inches or above is considered a rifle. Under 16 inches, you can't put a stock on it. This is considered a stock. You can put a brace on it in some states, and then that makes it a short barrel rifle. And the other thing that people like about AR-15 is like different stocks you can put on it. Like this is a brace, this is a stock, and you can get folding braces. Like you can get this, like by Sylvan Arms is a folder, so you can make that even shorter. But I will tell you this: when you get the folders, there's going to be this plug that comes with it, and that goes into the back of your bolt right here. It goes in the back of here into that hole, and that's what makes it connect. So you got to pull that out to separate your upper. That's the only catch with having the folder on your AR-15. So yeah, you can get folders, make it really compact and small. You can imagine a folder on a 7.5 inch, make it super small. That's one thing that's really great about the AR-15. You can get several different braces. Like I said, you can get a stock, you can get a brace, and you can get these braces right here by SB Tactical and Maxim Defense. You have to buy another adapter to put these on. These are a little different, but yeah. So they people like that, how you can get different braces, different stocks, and things of that nature. Now, another thing I want to point out that makes the AR-15 great is just building them. So you see this. So if you were to just buy this separately and then buy this separately, you just put them together. I call it marrying. I don't call that building. Some people call it a whole build. I don't consider it just buying an upper and buying a lower and putting together and call it a build. It is technically, but it really isn't. A build is when you do it like this, and I'll show you. It's kind of like this. This is how a build kind of goes. That's called marrying to me, just marrying two parts together. A build is when you actually have the actual parts kits, the lower part kit, and you have the lower, and then you have to put everything actually together. So this is considered a strip lower. See, this is considered a strip lower. And I got this from my 300 blackout. Okay. This is a strip lower. So then you have to get a part kit. And that's what this is. And you literally physically put all, oh, I never even opened it. Did I? Oh, yes, I did. I see. And you physically put all the parts into the lower. And here's all the parts. So bolt carry, I mean, a trigger group, all that, bolt catch, the grip, buffer tube. So you literally put everything together into the lower, and that's considered a build. And that's what I do. I do actual build. I don't buy it because I live in a restricted state, so I have to buy my own lower. And it's just easier for me to do it this way. For you guys, it'll probably be cheaper in a free world if you want to just marry them together, like buy this complete just like this, and then buy you an upper, and you're done. But the problem is that we can't buy lowers out of state. So then you would have your buffer spring and your tube and all that stuff, your brace, and So that's to me is considered a real complete build when you do it like this. I'm just waiting for my upper for my 300 blackout. I haven't ordered it yet because I have another order in, and I'm just kind of like taking my time. I got a lot of stuff going on. My kid's about to graduate, so I'm kind of saving money. But so this will be considered like a actual build when you have the lower strip, and you have the part kit and all that, and you got the barrel, and you got to put the barrel together and put the rail on it. And that's a complete build. So that's the other thing that people like about it, because you can buy your own lowers, get this what you want. You can get your own part kit, get your own type of brace or stock, whatever you want. You got your muzzle brake. This is for my 300 blackout. So yeah, that's, to me, that's one of the things that makes the AR-15. And someone's saying 300 blackout, is that different? Nope, that still runs off the AR-15 platform. Just like 308, you can get an AR-10, and you hear AR-10, AR-10 just means 308. So that one you would have to get a 30. You would have to get a 308 lower. But if you're getting a 5.56, 223, 300 blackout, it's all the same lower. But 308, you got to get a bigger lower because the rounds are bigger and the mags are bigger, so it wouldn't fit in the mag well. And you can use these lowers on ARPs, 9mm AR pistols. You just got to get an adapter that'll help you, that'll feed the mag inside there. And most of those take Glock mags. So I hope somebody's learning something on this. So this would be considered a complete a build, doing it this way. And then when you do it this way, with the upper already completely built out, normally this wouldn't come on the barrel. The barrel would just be in a box, the rail would be in a box, and that's how I did these. These were all built. This was built, put together. This was a complete build. I mean, the whole rifle was assembled. So that's a little different. You were here full assembly, and then build and marry, and that's the difference. So that's what makes the AR-15 a great platform, man. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I was just want to point that out, how it makes it so cool. You can just literally go buy 3 different uppers, how many you want, whatever inches, and have one lower, and you you know what I'm saying, that's awesome. So if you want to change the inch of gun of whichever you want, you will have that. And that's why some people will have 2 lowers. So when they get into a lower than 16 inches, they'll put this on there. And then when they have the 16-inch or more, they'll have this one. So you can do it any way you want. You can have 2 lowers in several different barrel lengths, and without buying a whole bunch of rifles all at once. Now, clearly I have 3 lowers. So clearly I have a lower for each one of my ARs. But if I can backtrack and do it over again, I probably would just have 2 lowers, one with the pistol brace on it with a folder, and then have one for the 16-inch or 18-inch or 20-inch, and then just swap the barrels out. But yeah, man, that's what I got for you guys, man. This is your boy Eisner Tactical. I just want to drop this video. What makes the AR-15 so special, man? I think some of the points I've covered, uh, you know, is part of why it's so special. Not to mention aftermarket support. It's all over the place. You can buy all these parts, and they're all going to be AR-15 compatible, man. Aftermarket support. You can deck them out. You can Cerakote them. You can just do all kind of stuff. They're easy to clean, break down, and the key is they're very reliable and they're affordable. I mean, a fully built AR-15, under $500. I mean, that's what pistols cost. So pretty cool. Now, when you get into the shorties, sometimes they're a little bit more expensive, so, but other than that, yeah, it's very inexpensive to build these things or marry them together and just buy the parts. And then, most of the parts, 99% of the parts shipped to anywhere in the United States, except for the actual lower. If your state has restricted, they don't allow braces, then you won't get braces. But the lower is the only thing you got to buy in your restricted state, and then you should be able to buy any of the other parts offline and get shipped to your door. Yep, that's pretty much it, man. That's what I got for you guys, man. This is your boy Eisner Tactical. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Got some more content coming. I got another affiliate product that I'm going to be doing a review that'll be coming up pretty soon. Until then, man, God bless America. Thank God for the 5.56. Everyone stay blessed. Peace.